Hello everyone and welcome to the lecture on AWS Billing Conductor. So this lecture will contain all these topics. What is AWS Billing Conductor? Defining pro forma cost benefits, analyzing pro forma cost, managed accounts analysis, configuration options, features, what is pro forma billing data, difference between pro forma billing data and standard AWS billing data, exclusions from pro forma domain, configuring pricing in the pro forma domain and billing data access. So what is AWS Billing Conductor? AWS Billing Conductor is a custom billing service for AWS marketplace channel partners, also called as partners, and organizations with chargeback requirements. This service addresses the unique billing needs of these specific customers. For partners, chargebacks are crucial as they are necessary for getting paid by their customers. These chargebacks are based on AWS account or AWS organization's billing boundaries. For organizations, chargeback activities help in allocating cost of specific teams, for example, a group of accounts, to the appropriate internal budget or profit and loss P&L statement. So this service creates pro forma version of those of the cost, which is a key feature of AWS Billing Conductor. With its ability to generate a second pro forma version of the cost. This pro forma version can be shared with customers or account owners, providing a customized view of the billing information. Managed accounts in billing groups. So the pro forma cost represent the usage within AWS accounts managed by Billing Conductor. These managed accounts are organized into billing groups, which allows for structured and organized billing management. Applies defined pricing rates. So Billing Conductor uses pricing rates that are defined within the service itself. For example, it can apply a global pricing rule to implement public pricing across all usage. This feature allows for flexible and customizable pricing strategies. So to explain it simply, AWS Billing Conductor is like a special calculator for two types of AWS users. First one, AWS marketplace channel partners, and we can call them as resellers and big companies that need to split bills between different teams. So here is what it does in simple terms. For resellers, it helps them figure out how much to charge their customers who use AWS services through them. So it's like creating a detailed receipt that shows what each customer owes. And for big companies, it helps them split the AWS bill between different teams or departments. It is like dividing a restaurant bill among friends, but for AWS services used by different parts of the company. And how it works? It creates a special version of the bill, which is called as a pro forma bill. This pro forma bill shows how much each customer or team used based on custom pricing set in the Billing Conductor. It groups related accounts, AWS accounts, together to make billing easier. The main idea is to make it easier for resellers to bill their customers and for big companies to fairly divide their AWS cost among different teams. It's like having a smart assistant that organizes your AWS expenses in a way that makes sense for your business needs. So defining pro forma cost benefits. So defining pro forma cost enables customers to model their cost uniformly to match one of the following use cases. First one, customer agreements, which can be a partner use case negotiated outside of AWS. Second, internal accounting practices, often an organization specific use case. So these are the two use cases. And Billing Conductor configurations do not affect customers' existing invoices from AWS or billing configurations. For example, sharing of credits or commitment based discounts like reserved instances or savings plans. Analyzing pro forma cost. So customers can analyze pro forma cost from the management account, which is like a root account or the parent account, from the management account by doing the following tasks. So management account is the first account in the AWS organization structure. So analyze margins. So the difference between pro forma cost and billable cost for the same set of AWS accounts within Billing Conductor. you can view monthly pro forma cost to the billing details page, and you can create an AWS cost and usage report per billing group. So billing group I will talk about later. It's like a multiple AWS accounts in a single group is called as a billing group. So manage accounts and analysis. Billing Conductor managed accounts, which are accounts in billing groups, can analyze pro forma cost in the following tools. One, AWS Cost Explorer. So they can use all these services to see the pro forma cost, which are not the actual billable cost. I will talk about that also later. Cost and usage reports, billing dashboard, and billing details page. So some configuration options. You can configure the following elements in the Billing Conductor console or by using the Billing Conductor API. 1. Billing groups. Second, pricing plans. So these are custom pricing plans. So you can use the default pricing which AWS offers, or you can talk with your customers. So because you will be a reseller or a marketplace channel partners, you can come up with your own custom pricing plans. Then pricing rules and custom line items. So let's see all the features. First one is group accounts. So organize accounts into billing groups for an aggregated view of pro forma cost. Simulate individual customer benefits like cross-service discounts and AWS free tier for each group. Custom pricing. You can set global or specific markups or discounts and control free tier access. Charges and credits. You can add one-time or recurring flat or percentage based charges or credits to billing groups. Pro forma analysis. Analyze cost based on pricing configurations in the billing console. Accounts in your billing groups can visualize, forecast, and create custom reports of their pro forma cost in AWS Cost Explorer. The primary account will have a cross-account view of all cost accrued by accounts in the billing group, while non-primary accounts will see their own cost. Reporting. Configure cost and usage reports for each billing group. Rate analysis. Compare the applied rates to actual AWS rates with the billing group margin report. Okay, next is what is pro forma billing data. So I will get in more details like what exactly is this one. So pro forma billing data is an alternate version of billing data generated by AWS Billing Conductor when you create a billing group. It uses a custom pricing configuration to produce a pro forma bill for that specific billing group. There are fundamental differences between the pro forma bill and the standard AWS bill. The pro forma bill uses custom pricing configurations, is isolated from the actual AWS bill, and does not reflect the actual charges due each month. While pro forma bills can be consumed as part of chargeback workflows outside of AWS, this use case is not currently supported by AWS Billing Conductor. So this is something extra. So note, the pro forma billing data has no impact on your standard AWS bill. It does not change the way you or your organizations are billed by AWS. So this is example, like you are a reseller, you have 100 customers. So pro forma billing is what you create in Billing Conductor to how to charge them, and what you pay is actual AWS standard AWS bill which you have to pay to the AWS. So think something like that. Pro forma bill. So the billing data that is generated for each billing group, AWS Billing Conductor computation takes the usage accrued by the billing group accounts and applies the custom rates that are defined by the billing group's pricing plan. The billing data is then vended downstream to the integrated services. If an account in a billing group views their cost through one of these services, they see the pro forma billing data instead of the standard AWS billing data. So you give access to your customers, and the services which I talked about, Cost Explorer and Cost and Usage Report, they should be able to see the pro forma bill also. And standard AWS bill, which is also called as chargeable AWS bill, this is that represent the actual true cost that you will get at the end of the month. Okay, now difference between pro forma bill and standard AWS billing data. So pro forma billing data and standard AWS billing data. So billing scope, it is computed for each billing group as if it's a separate consolidated billing family. For standard AWS billing data, it is computed across the entire AWS organization. Reserved instances and savings plans applied and shared only within the billing group if purchased by a group account. This is applied and shared across the entire organization. Volume tiering discounts calculated based on usage accrued only by accounts within the billing group. Calculated based on usage across the entire organization. Free tier consumption calculated based on usage accrued only by accounts within the billing group. Calculated based on the usage for the entire organization. Reflection of actual charges does not reflect actual charges due each month. Reflects actual charges due each month. And isolation, it is isolated from the AWS bill. It is part of the standard AWS bill. So this so billing data, pro forma billing data and AWS billing data. So exclusions from pro forma bill or billing data or pro forma domain. So we call it domain, but you can think of it as a pro forma bill. So credits, so these are excluded, so which is redeemed at the payer level and redeemed at the linked account level. Support charges, non-public discounts, for example, solution provider program. Usage based discounts, for example, bundle discounts, and taxes. So configuring pricing in the pro forma bill or pro forma domain. You can adjust pricing rates by creating pricing rules, associating them to a pricing plan, and then applying that pricing plan to your billing group. Any markup or discount pricing rule is calculated against the public AWS on-demand rates. If you apply an empty pricing plan to your billing group, the pricing rates default to the public AWS on-demand rates. You can create custom line items to add credits or fees to a specific billing group account's pro forma bill. So you can either give them discount or add some extra money, like extra charges. It's up to you. Okay, billing data access. The payer account can view the standard. So this is who can see the pro forma billing data and the standard AWS bills. So there are two bill, right? So who can see what? So the payer account can view the standard AWS bill as they are responsible for paying charges to AWS. They can also view the pro forma bill for each of their billing groups on the bills page and in the AWS cost and usage report. So the payer is the one making a payment, and the payee is the one receiving the payment. Accounts associated with a billing group can see pro forma data through an integrated service. The primary account has cross-account visibility and can see pro forma billing data for all accounts in the billing group. Other accounts in the billing group can only see pro forma billing data for their own AWS account. And that's all. Thanks for watching.